Little. Alright, as you've seen, I shot that doe last night. It was pretty wet out there, only had the one small camera with, couldn't get much footage. The actually shot turned out good on footage, but as far as the after shot and everything, the battery was dying and it was just so wet. Didn't get much footage out there, but here we are today with the remnants of that doe that I processed up this morning. Got a good load of meat here. And we're going to grind it up and make some jerky. So I'm going to take you step by step how I do that. I got a little bit of pork here in the pan. The rest is the meat from the deer. I tend to do what they call 80-20 ratio on mine. So we can do 20% pork and 80% venison for the jerky. The seasoning I use, let me go get that here from the kitchen. Seasoning that I use is from Fleet Farm. It's called the Back 40 Original Blend. It's the best one I've found out there yet. Just so good. Got a nice peppery flavor. Just really adheres to the venison. Gives it a nice flavor through and through. So let's go ahead, grind this meat, and then we'll go to step number 2. I should point out that we are grinding it on a number 4 blade, which is the widest setting. After that we will grind the mixture on the fine blade, which is really teeny there. But we're going to start with the big holes first. Alright, so I got my jerky meat here. We're not going to use it all, we're going to make some into hamburger. Otherwise the wife might get a little mad at me. So, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our scale on. Just got a little food scale here, digital. And we're going to make sure it's on 0. Set our container on. Make it go back to 0 by tearing it. Alright, and then we're going to do, let's see what our packages say. 2 pounds of meat per package. We got 2 in here, so we'll do 4 pounds of jerky. So, alright, right there is 4 pounds of jerky meat. So, the rest I will package in for hamburger. So we can make some hamburgers and meatballs and other things with it. This stuff we're going to put our seasonings in. But when I mix it in small batches to get the cure and the seasoning all the way through every little bit of meat. So. we're gonna mix it. I do a pound at a time. So same thing, scale our 0. We're gonna put a pound of meat in here, or 2 pounds of meat. So with yeah, 2 pounds of meat, and then mix it in here. So about half. Alright, so we got half here, half here. So now we're going to mix our seasoning in this one just because there's a little more room to mix. Mix in our salt, our cure first. Alright, then we take 1 package of the seasoning. And if it's clumpy, just break up your big clumps and sprinkle it around. Oh boy, I wish you could smell this. This smells good. Wowee. This by far, guys, this Back 40 original blend is the best seasoning that I've come across, and I made a lot of jerky. This is the best one. So we get that mixed up all good. And now I'm just gonna take it out, dump our other stuff in, switch bowls. Now we're gonna do the same thing on bowl number 2. And then what I do is I take the one we already seasoned, dump it all together, and really give it a good mix just to make sure everything is coated. I get a nice even coating on all your meat. And it says you can do it right away, but I've found out that if you let it sit in the fridge overnight, that you'll get a lot better flavor in your jerky. So what we're going to do is just cover this and let it sit overnight. And then tomorrow we will put it in the dehydrator. So we're on to step number 3. And that is after the meat has sat out in the fridge. Overnight we let that sit in the fridge. Really gets that cure and that seasoning into all the meat. You get out your jerky gun, and you can either put on the flathead for the strips, or you can do the sticks as well with the round head. I prefer the strips, just kind of comes out a little more evenly. The sticks will actually take longer. But I filled my first rack here, like that. Looking pretty good, isn't it, bud?
Yeah.
So we set our next rack on top, and this is, like I said, the easiest part of the whole thing is this.
Yep. I'll do. Apples.
Just make sure you pull it along as you squeeze the trigger, so you get a nice flat stick.
Yeah, Dad. Yeah. Nice. Turkey.
You like jerky, bud?
Yeah.
You like when Daddy shoots deer so we can make jerky?
Yeah. But you, Mommy, dogs?
You think the dogs like jerky?
No.
No.
Yeah, bad dogs.
Bad dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, they could remain foot. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, little tip when you're stuffing the jerky gun. Loosen up the back end here so you don't get a bunch of air in the chamber, which allows you to push it all the way down. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Need help?
No, Dad's got it. You gotta wash your hands. Remember food safety, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, and then what I do with the leftover stuff in the end of the tube here is I just take it out. Just get yourself a butter knife. That fits in there real good, and we just kind of pull it out. Just like that. Get the most of it out of there. And then you just kind of form your own patty here. This is what I call the quality control piece. Get it nice and about the same thickness as your strips. So I'm gonna lay that right there, and that's gonna be some good eating. Set all your racks back on your dehydrator. I'll show you what I'm doing here. So we do 160 for 4.5 hours. Anything under 4 pounds, I would do at 4 hours. Anything over 4 pounds, I do at 4.5. So, just put your lid on, make sure it's on nice and tight here. Make sure you got no gaps here. We'll spin it around, make sure all the trays are in line. Looks good there. Now we wait. Alright, there we have it, folks. The batch of jerky is complete. We'll let our quality control testers see how we did.
I wanted a bigger piece.
Oh, I'm sorry, a bigger piece.
And a little.
Hey, how is it?
Good.
Here.
I took seal.
That's a different kind cooking. Same way, just the bacon and maple one. How is it? Is it good?